We talked a little bit about the abortion debate when it comes to health care reform. Some Republicans are trying to spin the language in the Senate bill to make it seem as though health care reform will fund abortions, okay? That's not true.
No, it's not true at all. It's absolutely not true. And we can, if you want to listen to a clip or two and then we'll talk about why it's not true, we can certainly do that.
Let's start with Representative Bart Stupak, clip number 2. He is talking to Nancy Pelosi, and he's basically saying that she's wrong when she says that health care reform will not fund abortion.
Well, let's take a look at House Speaker Nancy Pelosi at Blair House last week. Let's listen. See if you agree.
Leader Boehner, the law of the land is there is no public funding of abortion, and there is no public funding of abortion in these bills, and I don't want our listeners or viewers to get the wrong impression from what you said.
Is the Speaker correct?
No. Speaker is incorrect. In the Senate bill, and that's what they're telling us the vehicle we're using. In the Senate bill, it says you must offer insurance policies that will be paid for by the federal government that covers abortion. You must do so. Also, in that same language, if you come in the Senate version, in the OPM, Office of Personnel Management, policies they'll be putting forth, you must pay, every enrollee must pay $1 per month into a fund to help fund abortions. It's very clear. I direct the Speaker's attention to pages 33 to page 44 of the Senate bill as written in the Senate and passed on Christmas Eve. Go to the pages I cited, I believe it's 38 to 44. And if you go to page 2069, page 2078, you will find in there the federal government would directly subsidize abortions.
Does that mean you're prepared to take responsibility for bringing down this whole bill?
Yes, we're prepared to take responsibility. I mean, I've been catching it ever since last fall. I mean, let's face it, I want to see health care. Yeah, but we're not going to bypass some principles and beliefs that we feel strongly about.
Here's someone who hasn't read the bill.
No, he's read the bill. Here's what I think about Bart Stupak. For a long time, I wondered whether Bart Stupak wasn't maybe a guy who had a principled concern about abortion because, you know, a lot of religious people think that, a blastocyte, which is about 100 cells, is a living being or has a soul. Or, okay, maybe I thought he's a principled guy, opponent of abortion. He's actually a liar. Mm-hmm. He's lying. He's lying for political reasons. It's kind of disappointing to say that because I look for principled opposition wherever I go. I love a good principled debate on the issues, even these spiritual and metaphysical issues, but as Cenk knows. Mm-hmm. But he's lying. Okay, the wonk room, as you know, we looked at this piece where he actually went to those specific pages, and that's great. If you want to go to the wonk room, to Igor Volsky's piece of a couple weeks ago, he rebuts all of this. Okay, great. You can do that. Here's the bottom line. The bottom line is this. Anybody who buys insurance today can get an insurance policy that has abortion coverage. If you were to do what Bart Stupak wants, and which he's lying to cover up about, then anybody who had to buy insurance through the insurance exchange, which means, let's say, self-employed people or people in small companies that aren't covered now that go through these insurance exchanges, none of those insurance plans would be able to offer abortion coverage even if you want it. This $1 a month thing, I don't know what he's talking about, but what these guys really want is to jury-rig the system so that no insurance company in America can offer insurance company and stay profitable because they can't trade on the insurance exchange system. They want that taken off. So they basically say not only do they want no federal funding for abortion, which Nancy Pelosi is absolutely right, there is none in this bill, they also want it set up so that dollars for abortion coverage don't get mingled with all the other dollars out there so that they're pure money. I don't know what their logic is, but basically it's a backroom way to do two things. One is to prevent people who have access to abortion coverage today from having it tomorrow, and two, to promote Bart Stupak's political career. That's what this is about. So the guy, unfortunately, if he were principled, I'd debate him on principle. He's a liar and a hack.